Today's episode is packed with some powerful, short commands from Paul to Timothy. It's almost as if Paul is Timothy's commanding officer, giving him a quick list of how to live full without the traps that could bring Timothy down. Though we could unpack these 26 verses and all of these commands, I would challenge you instead to go through them slowly to see if you can circle all the verbs and all of the commands that are in here, because these are some foundational things to teach us how to live life well. But in today's episode, we're only going to go through 2 of them. So the first one is in verse 15, and it says, "Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, and who correctly handles the word of truth." You see, in Paul's day and in ours, truth is somewhat of a dying art. It's hard to know what the truth is, what the real account, what the actual state of events was. And in Paul's day, there was a lot of talk of what the early church should or shouldn't be. And so people were kind of blending some of the different religions into maybe what Jesus said, and Paul was constantly saying, like, no, like, this is the gospel, this is the message that I'm telling you, like, don't get caught up in lies, hold fast to the truth. And Paul definitely wants Timothy to be one of those people who is clinging to the truth. But what happens when people don't? And that's our second area that we're going to focus on today. You can go ahead and go to verse 25, and it says, "Opponents must be gently instructed in the hope that God will grant them repentance, leading them to a knowledge of the truth, and that they will come to their senses and escape." See, it's kind of common to think that we just have to go in guns blazing and say, okay, you're wrong, I'm right, like, let's blast on social media, let's get on TV and make sure we can yell the loudest. Like, no, to oppose or to correct an opponent with gentleness and with grace, to gently lead them to the truth, to gently lead them to what God has for them, that's a skill. It seems to be a dying art as well, but that's what we're called to do. Yes, hold to the truth, but then also conduct yourself with great skill of compassion and mercy and grace for those who don't quite see that truth yet.